Tadaima. I spent 1991 to 1992, that academic year, in Japan, under the sponsorship of Rotary International. And when I came back, that's the first time I had ever heard the term Christian nationalism. And it was from my brother, and he was trying to convince my friends to participate in getting a Confederate flag into the Congress building in Washington, which we saw happen on January 6th. And my friends were laughing at him and said that's treason. And I asked why they were laughing at my brother, because, big sister. I'm supposed to protect my brother. And he instead, I agreed with him that it was treason, and that wasn't something that I was going to participate in. My friends were not going to participate in it, and the whole concept of Christian nationalism seemed to be 2,000 years late and half a way around the world away from it being an appropriate name. Because, I actually learned this recently. Jesus, or all those Middle Eastern people in the United States, consider themselves white because according to the courts, Jesus is white. Therefore, the people who are descended from around where Jesus was born, they must be white too, which is kind of backwards. But my grandfather believed that the mark of Cain was why people who were not white had color to them. He literally called the color people had that wasn't white, no matter who it was the mark of Cain. Anyways, he spent the last couple decades arming people for an insurrection. In fact, it was those were the efforts he was making that made me certify a child care to ensure that my mother's grandchildren would have a safe place to be, because he was trying to convince everybody to go up to the mountains of Spokane. My dad had already got suckered into buying property, and to go live, waiting for the apocalypse. He had barrels of grain. He kept guns in barrels. It was, I thought, quite ridiculous, perhaps a sign of mental distress, but I wasn't going to participate. That was my first experience with Christian nationalism.